So Heimir, it's a long and complex process, these World Cup draws. We have more teams qualifying from Europe, just a few more, but there were so many conditions to the draw. I mean, when you were watching it, what were your thoughts?
No, we quite were positive that we would be in a group of four, and early on we realised that would happen, which is a good thing. And that was probably the biggest scare for us, was not to need to play in June an official match. Normally that's a difficult one for us. But yeah, no, it's a lot of things, and I think they have crowded the schedule a little bit, so it made it kind of difficult for the draw to be made. So yeah, hopefully they will remember that next time they do a FIFA schedule.
You look at the draw, and it's come out that we're in a 4-team group, so it means that you won't have to play in the summer, and it'll be quite fast. Your World Cup campaign will be September, October, November next year.
Mm-hmm. So it's positives in that, but it could be negatives. For example, let's say a player gets injured and he could miss out more or less all the campaign. So let's hope that everybody will be fit and ready, and we will have the team ready in September.
Let's look at the draw itself then, and the winners of Portugal and Denmark. Will you get an opportunity to watch their game in advance? And of those two, who would you prefer?
I think both tricky teams. Obviously, Portugal has more history of winning, maybe higher profile players. But both of them, ball possession, creative teams. Yeah, I would say that they're similar in how they play, how they want to play. More individual quality in Portugal, but really good quality in Denmark as well. I know them pretty good. The most technical Scandinavian team, most ball possessive of all the Scandinavian teams, and normally their players are playing high level as well. So no, it's good teams, but I think there's possibilities in playing both of these teams. But we need to be really good at what we are doing to get points from them. But if we want to qualify, we need points from playing these teams.
It's funny, we played both Portugal and Hungary this year already. Unfortunately, perhaps you weren't in charge at that stage. Is that a regret now?
No, we have John and Paddy still, so the knowledge is there. But it's always different playing friendlies, and especially friendlies in June. They will never be as competitive as official matches. But it's good to have played them. And a win against Hungary gives confidence, and I think I would say a good game against Portugal as well. So no, it gives confidence. I would say that we play them, so that's a good thing.
A lot of Irish fans will remember we got Portugal in the last World Cup qualifiers as well, and over there, Gavin Bazunu saved a penalty from Ronaldo, and we went 1-up thanks to John Egan and held on to that for such a long time. And then Cristiano got 2 late goals that broke our heart. In the home game, we drew 0-0. Maybe we don't have to fear Portugal so much.
I don't know, it's a long time since, but we just watched the goals just to refresh the memories of everyone. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's good memories, but we don't win on memories. We need to be the better team on the day when that comes, and I think it's better for us to play them earlier in the campaign rather than later.
We've also played Armenia quite recently, and that was traumatic as well to lose over there to a late goal. Are they opponents, as they are, lowest seeds in our group, ones that we would hope to take points off?
Yeah, that's a team. If we want to qualify, and we want to qualify, we need to win those matches. And again, we watched the highlights from those games, just for me to see how it was, and I think it's a tricky team. Definitely away, the away game. They're difficult to play at home. Like Hungary is difficult to play at home. And looking at their results in 2024, is all equal games. So they never lose with more than 1 goal. So they're always in the games until the end. So it's a tricky team, but that's a team that we need 6 points from if we want to qualify.
And how do you raise the the morale of the players, I guess, after the campaign that we've had so far. It finished with that heavy defeat at Wembley. I mean, obviously you've looked back on it since, and I'd like to know your reflections on not just the England game, but the previous campaign.
Well, I felt was some good steps in regards to tactics, in regards to especially defence, and you always will need to start improving that when you want to improve things. You need to start the organisation, the defensive part, before you go to the attacking part. So I would say good steps taken. An outlier this game against England, pretty good first half, and yeah, no, we're going to play a game like a team with the strength of England in Portugal, in Denmark. So we need to be really, really solid, and I think we have improved that in this campaign. So positives, but we are not there yet, and we need to improve much more still to qualify for the World Cup.
Your job, once you were appointed, was to qualify us for a campaign. As difficult as that might be, I mean, it's the challenge for you. What can you say to the Irish people now who desperately want to get to a World Cup finals again? It's been 24 years since we last qualified for a finals.
Yeah, to qualify for the World Cup is of course more difficult than qualifying for the Euros, because it is only the winner goes straight, and then it's a playoff for the second place. We are seeded number 3, so we need to punch above our weight at the moment. I think this team definitely can do that. And it's a group, I would say, if the positives, if I can take a positive from this draw, is that I think there will be lost points for all of the teams. So it gives more opportunity to be among the first or the second. And we definitely are going there. There's nothing in the draw that says, oh, we don't have a chance. So for sure, for the people, just continue the amazing support that we have had. And we'll do this together.
You talked as well about maybe how brittle the psychology of the team might be. Have you thought about how to change that in the windows to come, in the playoff, etc.?
Yeah, we've talked about it, what we can do, who we can bring in to help, and then maybe some other players that would benefit to have in the squad, etc. So it's a lot of things that we can use, or a lot of tools. But I think if you reflect on the England game in the second half, it just shows how fragile it is. You talked about traumatic losses, left everyone hurt. So it's a lot of trauma that we need to fix, but that will take time. But I think we are at least trying to work on that area. But first and foremost, it's about organisation and believing in what we are doing. I think that's the biggest issue.
Can you take any comfort from Shamrock Rovers and their success so far this season in Europe? It's unprecedented for an Irish team to get beyond the league phase.
First of all, it's impressive, and it's fantastic for the League of Ireland, and probably gives a big respect to the League of Ireland. Number 2, with them doing that well, playing so long, it will only improve them. And then it will improve the others to try to copy this, to be that team, and it is only going to bring the level up this run. And who knows when it's going to end? It's just amazing. A lot of money will come in. Others will be looking at them and trying to copy. So I think that's just going to be. Is just going to be magnificent for League of Ireland.
Do you think you should be looking at some of these players with a view to making your squads?
Well, now they are playing more than probably all other players in Europe. They are playing all the year. No, they're doing good, and I know this will also make a big interest in their players. So probably teams are looking at these players. Who are these players doing that well? So let's see what happens. But definitely. They're playing the same amount of games. They're playing the same season as the others now. So it definitely makes it them more easier to select, at least.